Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? So far, so good. I didn't fuck up the beginning of the show, so we're back at it. It's Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's your boys, Mike and Mish. What up, Mike?
Heavens to Betsy, Kyle. What is going on?
Heavens to Betsy.
Heavens to Betsy. We are back.
We are back, dude. We're coming off of one of the bigger weekends for us so far in the Mike and Mish show for years. Back in BKFC 18 was the first time I asked the question to David Feldman, when are you going to bring the BKFC to Mohegan Sun Arena? It's the best. It's one of the best arenas for combat sports. You need to get there. And then we proceeded to ask him every single time we talked to him, all the way up until it happened. And it finally happened. And I would say that it was pretty successful, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. I would definitely say it was successful. It was awesome. It finally happened. BKFC came to our state, your state. I kind of, by proxy, I guess, Rhode Island, Connecticut, kind of the same thing. I'm right here. I work in the state, but it was awesome. And all of our family and friends get to go there and see the fights live. And I haven't talked to a single one of them that did not enjoy the show. It was awesome just having them all there. That alone was fantastic, and the night just blasted by.
Yeah. With that said, we do have to throw a huge thank you to Feldman and Cranston and all the
Yes.
BKFC staff, Sosha, especially Sosha as well,
Yep.
for how they treated our family and our friends, like our close friends and family were taken care of. And that was super
Big time.
fucking awesome. Couldn't be more grateful that they did that shit. And you really made some lifelong fans out of that, because I think they all had a blast. And even some of the army dudes that came that are from our unit or my former unit, his current unit.
Yep.
One of the guys said that he's like, you know what? You've been telling me to buy this app for like 3 years now, and I never did. And
Yep.
after
Yep.
tonight,
I
I'm
know what you're
going
talking about.
home. He said, I'm going home and I'm buying the fucking app tonight. And I said, don't just buy a month, buy the $49.99, just buy the whole fucking year, dude. Because for $49.99, it's the biggest no-brainer $50 you're ever gonna spend. You get all these events, you get them all. It's fucking absolutely crazy. And I'm glad he said that because I feel like he had the same, like he shared the same sentiment as many people that were in that arena that night.
Oh, for sure. And I also would like to second the thanks to all of those people. Feldman, Cranston, Brian, Zentar, Dave Jr., everybody who plays a hand in the background. And I'm sure, I know there's more than 5 people. And trust me, if I could thank you all and remember all your names, nobody would watch us anymore because I would just be going on and on. And people would be like, we don't want to listen to this shit anymore. But for real, thank you. They treated our family like they were their family. And it was fan-fucking-tastic, if I
Yeah.
do say so myself.
And before we do our sponsor reads, I do want to point out how cool it was. Like my son Nolan, like right, me and Amy know that like Nolan is an outgoing kid, and he's not afraid to do a lot of things. And man, did that kid prove it to us. We already knew that as parents. Like he's not afraid to go out and perform, but he fucking killed it this weekend. Sosha pulled him out of the crowd at the weigh-ins. Didn't know he was my son when he pulled him out of the crowd at the weigh-ins because I wasn't standing there with him. He pulled him up. He fucking crushes it. No one said when he went up on stage, Sosha was like, "What's your name?" He said, "Nolan." He goes, "What's your last name?" And he said, "Mish." And he went, "Oh." Like he recognized right away. He like it popped in Sosha's head. He's like, "Oh, this is fucking
Yeah.
Kyle's
Here
kid.
we go.
Here
Here
we
we
go."
go.
And he killed it. Then he interviewed Sam Watford, fucking killed that. And then David Feldman interviewed him, and it went perfect. And then at the event, Sosha came out in the crowd, grabs Nolan. He has Nolan jump up on the chairs with him and help hype the crowd. And that kid that night told me, he was like, "Dad, this was the best weekend of my life. Even
Certainly
better when
was.
he goes, even better than when you took us to Universal." I was like, motherfucker, dude, that was an expensive trip.
Yeah. But this trip took 4 years of your life to create. So
Yeah, that's
how
one.
about that one?
It was fucking fantastic. And if you guys haven't seen the interviews where Nolan interviewed Sam and David Feldman interviewed Nolan, they're both on our Instagram page. Let's shout out our sponsors because
Yeah. Hey, do I sound all right now? Because this
you sound
program, it's the next fight's going to be me versus the StreamYard guy. I'm going to punch his app in the face, man.
no,
Damn, app
you
keeps
sound
messing with
great
my
now.
shit.
Yeah, you were definitely talking through your computer mic before,
Yeah,
right?
it
Now you
changed. I
sound perfect.
specifically changed it before I
Yeah.
got on here because the last time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's something going on here with this thing. I'm going to have to battle. Me and the StreamYard guy, let's get it.
You sound good. Mike and the StreamYard guy, KM5. Here we go. But we
Hopefully
got
he's at least 150 or below. Gigantic guy.
Bucked Up, dude. Bucked Up. Go to buckedup.com. Buy some Bucked Up supplements. Buy some Bucked Up energy drinks. Buy some Bucked Up gear like I'm wearing tonight. The shirts are super comfortable. The supplements make you strong. And the energy drinks are sugar-free to keep you strong like bull. And all you got to do is go to buckedup.com, use promo code Mike and Mish 20 and get 20% off your total purchase. And you will thank me later. Get your ass to the gym. The spring and summer months are here, and it's time to start looking good. So go ahead, get some supplements, use our promo code. And then while you're at it, why don't you go over to our other sponsor, right, Mike, and get the old Mike and Mish stack.
Oh, stack it up. You're going to stack it up with Bucked Up and Dynamic Life. Sexual health, weight loss, and anti-aging. Retake control of your life by reaching optimal health. Visit www.livedynamic.com. It's the only online platform where you can become a patient in under 20 seconds. Can you believe that? 20 seconds? I don't even believe it. Also, check out their Instagram page at Live Dynamic. That's L-I-V, no E, Dynamic on Instagram. Boom.
You know how to make a fucking read, dude. That's for sure.
I'm doing that read.
You're doing that
I'm
read.
reading.
You're doing that read for sure. You fucking knocked that out the park. So go ahead, get the Mike and Mish stack, get the fucking bucked up supplements, get super strong, get over to Live Dynamic or Dynamic Life at Live Dynamic on Instagram.
Correct.
Become a patient and get your sexual game right. Stop losing your fucking hair and live forever, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, those are all the things that you get from those two companies. I mean, you can't go wrong.
That's
you
it.
Can't go wrong.
So, hey, we got 4 guests tonight. We got Cassie Robb coming up right now. We got Ruben Arroyo, who's going to be making his debut on that Denver card after her. We're going to have the 6-0 Ryan Reber, #1 contender, bantamweight, next up for the title after him. And then we're going to round out the show with Rob Perez, who had his fight canceled this past weekend. He's going to tell us all about that.
He's
Mike,
angry,
why don't we bring
upset.
on the first guest?
Yes, we are going to bring on Cassie Robb. But before we do that, guess what? We were just talking about young Nolan, little miniature Kyle, little miniature Mish, and his weekend. So let's watch what the Bare Knuckle Show and Dave Feldman and Brian Socha had to say about him, and then we'll watch the interview. When we come back, Cassie Robb. Let's go.
All right, BKFC President Dave Feldman here with my main man, Nolan. Nolan, I think you're going to your first live bare knuckle event tomorrow night, right?
Yep.
You excited about it?
Very excited.
What do you want to see tomorrow night?
I want to see a lot of fist thrown at faces and knockouts.
You excited? You're really excited because it's going to be unbelievable. You're going to see a lot of blood. Do you like blood?
Yes, a lot.
Awesome. Well, why don't you tell the fans out there why they should tune in tomorrow night?
You should tune in tomorrow night because this will be the first event in Mohegan Sun ever, and this is gonna be a super cool event.
Awesome, my man. Nolan, thank you so much. Can't wait to see you tomorrow night, buddy.
Weigh-in show. Mike and Mish. I didn't realize this was their son. Or not their son. They're not together. I didn't realize it was Mish's son. It's Mike and Mish. Who knows? It's 2024. Sorry, guys. Mike and Mish. Great podcast. Check them out. They had their son was there front row. So I just saw a kid up there. I brought him up. I wanted to get him, give him an experience. Let him see what it's like to be up there. So I bring him up. What's your name? Here's the video from that. Check it out. It was cool.
So check it out, Nolan. Here's what I want you to do. I think you're better at this than I am. I do. You have a future in this. I want you to get that crowd really loud. Can you do it for me? All right, here we go.
All right, everyone. I need to hear you screaming. Let's go! Let's go!
I thought I liked you when I brought you up here, but I'm just going to leave. This kid's the new host. See you later. Man, have fun. I'm kidding. Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Give it up for my man, Nolan! He's going to take my job one day. I can feel it. Thank you, Nolan. You're the man.
Look at that strut. He's great. He's giving people the knuckle bumps. He was doing interviews. What a great kid, Nolan. Going nuts at the show, too. I know he had a great time, and we had a great time. So I just want to spotlight that. I thought that kid was super cool.
This is great.
We talked about Nolan, the little kid, earlier in the show because he came up and did some crowd hype with me. You interviewed him. That was awesome. That was cool.
That was fun. That was really fun.
Next generation of bare knuckle there, man.
He knew what he was talking about. Our first show at Mohegan Sun, he knew what he was talking
did,
about,
didn't
man.
he?
It was awesome.
He did. He's great. Now
There it was. That was my boy, Cassie. That was my son, just living it up at Mohegan Sun this past weekend. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. I'm sorry, I'm getting over a little bit of a head cold. The Colorado weather is so bipolar. So I was sneezing a bunch. I'm trying to but
Cassie,
that was good.
we live in the stupid Northeast, and we have that weather too. It's horrible, and I hate it so much.
It changes. It snows one day and then it's like 70 degrees the next day.
What is that all about?
Well,
I think I'm getting sick too.
Guys, I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird.
It's okay because if maybe tomorrow night, I might make it through tomorrow night, but I just got back from Great Wolf Lodge with my family, and I believe I'm sick. And I'm not surprised because kids piss and shit and throw up inside all of the wave pools and all that stuff. So I'm not surprised.
Oh, well, my roommates, both her kids are sick too, so I'm like, well, thanks.
Jesus.
Thanks a lot, kids.
When I'm around all these I'm literally the charger for the iPad in the gym is not working for my phone, so that's why I'm in my truck right now. I
Well,
was trying to have a little more professional of a setting, but the only one that's working is the one in my truck. So
The
it's all
professional truck
good.
studio.
It's all good. What do you got? 3 weeks till fight night? Is that what it is? Two or
they're like 2.5.
2.5 weeks. So
Wait,
you're
when?
back in there.
No, I don't even know. What is it? The 14th, the 15th?
Oh, so wait a minute. You got
Today is the 15th.
16 days. You got 16
Yeah.
days.
16 days.
Oh God.
16 days.
That was
You're
pretty
ready.
quick math. How did you do that
I've
so
gone
fast?
like almost 2 years.
I'm fucking wicked smart. You know that? I'm wicked smart. When it comes to math and like adding and subtracting, I'm pretty good at that. That's pretty
Nice.
much all of my math,
I'm
though.
impressed.
And one of us can do it.
I fucking did it. Hey, so you're back in there. This is fight number 4 for you. You must really like this bare knuckle stuff, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I do. I just love to fight, and I don't fight to like be a champion, or I just fight because I actually like it. You know, it kind of I feel like I prove a lot to myself every time I step in there, and I think that a lot of people want me to be a champion, but I just like doing it. You
What
know?
about it do you like the most? Is it the nerves going into it? Is the adrenaline when you're fighting?
I think so. I think it's like something that I was always scared to do. Like I did get bullied a lot in school, and I don't know. I think it was just me kind of like stepping up and like taking care of myself that like made me feel better about it. And I mean, it would be cool to be a champion, but I really just it's more about like showing something to myself every time I do it. And I don't have a great record, but I don't care about that. You know, everybody wants to talk smack about it, but I got in there and I did it, you know?
Yeah. I wanted to bring that up. You and Cristina, you're both looking for the first win in BKFC, but if you look at both your record and her record in the BKFC, the 3 opponents that you fought and the 2 opponents that she fought, you guys have all been in. You 2 have been in there against absolute fucking
Savages.
hammers, man. Yeah, like hammers. It was like that. These are no easy tasks, no easy nights out for sure.
I should have
What-
never fought Taylor Starling. That was
So
not funny.
what's your number 1 regret in the BKFC so far?
Fighting Taylor Starling.
Was
I
it
mean, okay, no, I love her. She's like she's a good friend of mine, but I just remember her saying like she wanted to fight, she was ready to fight, and I was like, I'll fight you. And that was not a good idea. I found out literally like I think it was like 3 days before we fought that I had pneumonia.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Yeah. And I'm trying to like go up 2 weight classes. I usually fight at 105.
Yes.
I went
Right.
up 2 weight classes to fight this girl. I was 107 pounds 3 days before I left.
I remember talking to you. We
Oh.
talked to you the night before the weigh-ins, and you were talking to us, and I think you were eating Oreos.
Yes, you were.
I'm
were-
terrible because I was trying to eat.
Now I remember this. Yes, so like you were always an atom weight. What was your walk around weight? Did you like cut from like 112 down to 105, or like are you just naturally a small girl like that?
I'm actually like 110. I'm still. I don't want to say this in public.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so
Say it in
little-
public. There's
I'm
no one
so
actually. There's not even anybody watching right now.
Well,
It's just me, Kyle.
okay, listen, I'm even at the gym right now. I just coached a couple classes. Like I'm probably about 112 right now. So I still have to put on a couple pounds, but
Hold on. Were you afraid to say you were 112 pounds?
yeah,
Yeah, because she's underweight for the fight.
fighting at 115. But
Come on,
I'm
you're
also-
gonna get there. We got 2 weeks.
I mean, no.
You know what
but
you should
believe
do
in
is
you.
go to
I'm
Bucked Up.
just coaching jujitsu and all this stuff. You know, I have a lot going on in my life, and I try to balance it the best I can. But you know, I'm a program director at my gym. I'm trying to get my black belt, which is, I mean, not conducive to bare knuckle or whatever. But you know,
Still
there's
cool.
But every jujitsu person on the planet, that's like the biggest dream of their life, right?
Yeah.
To reach
Yeah.
black belt.
and I'm so close.
How long you been doing jujitsu for? More than a decade?
in a gi like 10, 11 years. I've been
Yeah.
fighting MMA for 15.
So, but you've been like you've been training gi jujitsu for about 11 years, you said?
Yeah.
So you're right. Like, isn't that pretty much right around the time you would be going for your black belt? Is like a
It's
good,
usually 12. Yeah. So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
So
Fingers
you're right
crossed.
on track.
Say some prayers for me, guys.
So when you said you used to get bullied when you were younger, and that kind of pushed you into fighting, what was the first discipline of martial art that you got into?
It was actually boxing.
Boxing.
Yeah. I just remember getting bullied by a couple of girls, and well, luckily I had a big sister that protected me, so I never really had to fight. But then I used to go to a lot of like local MMA and boxing fights in Wyoming, and I started seeing girls like, taking their power back, and I was like, oh, I want to try that. I want to try that. And that's pretty much how it started. And it was also like, everyone's like, you're pretty. Why would you fight? Like, I'm still pretty, and I've had how many fights? I mean, I've won all of them.
Why does everybody say that all the time? I hear that so often. That's like the number
It's
one
so
thing.
annoying. I'm like, dude, so pretty girls can't fight? What do you mean? I don't know. It just, yeah, there were just a couple times that like girls were bullying me, and there's a couple times my sister wasn't there, and that I actually like.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What in the hell's going on here?
She was starting to get a little static there.
This
Something
is that,
was going
you know what
on.
it is? It's that weather. It's that Colorado weather.
I don't know.
think a storm
I just,
came through.
I just decided to take my power back.
You blacked out for a little bit there. Not like physically blacked out, but
I can't hear. Wait, hold on. I can't hear the audio right now.
Yeah, something's going on with your phone.
Yeah, hold on. Can you see us? Back out, come back in. This is what we're gonna do. You ready for this?
Can you
hold
hear
on.
me?
Yeah,
Hey, can you hear
we
us?
can hear you.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. Ready? I'm gonna
I can't hear anything.
pow. Okay, Kyle, tell her to come back in.
All right.
Maybe she'll just do it on her own. Do we roll the dice and not say anything? So she is just a few pounds underweight. I don't think that's anything that a sleeve of Oreos couldn't fix, right?
You know what I'm going to
to
ask?
Sour Patch
Speaking of
Kid Oreos.
sleeves, I got to ask her when she comes back, like, what is she
Oh,
going to do
the
with that
sleeve.
arm? I'm going to
Yeah.
ask her what she's going to do with that arm, because when you black out your entire arm, there's got to be a reason behind that. You got to do like white ink over the black background or something like that. That's like a new thing, and people are
Yes.
doing that. And I wonder
Because
what.
it gives like a good base.
Yeah.
I've seen some really cool sleeves where people do their whole arm black and then they go over them. Okay, here we go. Hold on.
You can't your guest has to
You-
you have to
you have to
you have
unmute.
to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Oh man, what is going on here? This is
There we
here
go.
there we go.
Hey, welcome
We're
back.
back in
Welcome back to
action.
the show. So while you
Quick
were
actions
gone,
and acting.
in the 37 seconds that you were gone, Mike and I had an entire conversation about
We
tattoo
did.
sleeves.
We talk a lot.
And I want to know your arm. Do you plan on doing something with the blacked out arm, like putting some like white ink and designs over it, like people do nowadays,
I've seen
or
some
is
cool
it
stuff
staying?
lately.
What's that before?
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I thought about it.
Have you seen people doing that nowadays? Like they black their whole
Right.
arm out, and then they do like they use like white ink over it and do like a fucking cool ass design over the black background.
I
I've seen
thought
it with
about
color.
it, but I just kind of like the black.
Oh, well, that's fine too. I was just
Keep
wondering.
it like that then.
Well, this is the sad part. So you can see from like up here, it's like a lot more saturated. But I still have to do another like 2 sessions down here.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell the top is way darker.
How long did that take? Approximately.
30 to 40 hours.
Jeez, that's like almost 2 full days just sitting there.
Yeah. I mean, like in different appointments, obviously, but like, yeah, the guy that did it, like that started it, didn't use like the right ink or the right machine. So I
We
just
should go.
and
Yeah,
then
we
I
should go
found
find that
a
guy and beat
blackout
him to
artist,
death.
and she really did a good job. But it hurts
You see
so
how?
bad.
Did you guys see how black, like super dark black, Machine Gun Kelly's came out? Did you see that?
Okay. First of all, that's probably even unhealed.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I would like to see it like all completely
Yeah.
healed because
Mm,
that shit
Yeah.
looked black as hell, like super dark. I
mm.
don't know. You
He's my
seem
celebrity crush. Don't talk about him.
Oh, okay. Hey, so let's talk about your opponent real quick before we finish up with you. So you're fighting Cristina Crist, and her two fights were Rosalinda Rodriguez, who's an absolute freaking stud, and she's probably 2 or 3 fights away from fighting Misfit, and then Crystal Van Vake, I think I'm saying her name right. Crystal Van Vake, who's another tough one.
Okay.
She's fought tough girls just like you have, and she's in there dogging it out just like you do. What are your thoughts on Christina? And is that somebody that you had your eye on that was interesting to you?
I don't mean to say this disrespectfully, but I actually had no idea who she was. I did watch one of her fights, but I'm not the type of person to obsess over my opponents. I'm trying to work on what I'm doing wrong from like my past fights. And again, like no disrespect to her. I think that she had decent performances. But we both had a lot to work on.
Hmm.
And I think that it's just gonna be a test of who worked on shit better. Again, I don't mean that disrespectfully. I just I don't really know a lot about her. I try to respect my opponents, and I try to be ladylike, I guess, and just have respect for other people. And because I know, like, her going into this is a scary thing to do. It's very scary. And I just I hope that she comes in it with as much grace as I have, and that we just put on a performance, because she's coming to my hometown, and I'm not gonna fucking lose in my hometown.
Where do you train? What is your gym in Denver?
Genesis Training Center.
Genesis. All right, so
Mhm.
you're with is like Ruben Arroyo in that gym, and Chris
Jude Over.
Camozzi,
Yep. Britt
Jude Over.
Camozzi, Mallory Martin, Miranda Maverick. She caught me real good with a body shot yesterday.
We've
I
talked
don't
to her a
like
few times.
that.
Miranda's super cool. Does she?
Sorry.
What does she think about the sport? Did she ever talk to you about it?
I don't know her that well. I just spar with her. Like, I don't know her on like a personal level, but I am good friends with Rose Namajunas.
Nice.
And she's been there the last few times that I've been sparring, and her and Pat help coach me. And um yeah, I've been at Genesis since it was Grudge. Like, it used to be Grudge like a while ago, back when Jake and Trevor Whitman had the job, or the gym, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trevor made his own gym, Onyx, and then Jake has Genesis now. So I just kind of go back and forth.
Cassie, has Chris Camozzi started kind of like his own like bare knuckle or focused training in Genesis? I thought he said he was going to start doing something like that, where like take the focus and just like zone it right in on the sport that he's in now. And I know that is Brandon Gertz there too, right? You guys have a few
Yeah.
bare knuckle fighters in there.
Both of them were there yesterday.
So has that started, and like have you picked up some different techniques and stuff from your first 3 fights to training for this one with all those guys in there?
I unfortunately haven't been able to make it to those classes.
No.
No, because like I said, I'm a program director at a Gracie Baja gym. I'm actually outside of it right now doing my interview. But I'm pretty sure it's on like Wednesdays or something. They do have a bare knuckle class, but it's always when I can't make it, because I'm running a jiu-jitsu gym right now.
Damn.
So,
I'm curious to see what that is like and what they do there at that bare knuckle training.
All right. Well, I mean, like whenever I hit mitts and stuff too. So like my boyfriend, he's a badass fighter. He's fought for. I don't know if you know what like Sparta is.
Heard of
in
it?
Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just got a belt. I mean, I think he's way cooler than I am, but
What was his name?
Randy Rowland.
Randy Rowland.
Randy Rowland.
I'm gonna write
He's a
that down.
cool
so I can-
dude. I like him. I think I'll keep him.
He's a
They gotta
he's a
keep
wicked cool guy.
Did we meet him before?
He's so
was he-
fucking cool. He's so cool. He's a good guy.
We
But
saw
that's
you
his
at an event.
and
not-
I mean, he shows up every time for me, even at the Gracie gym. He doesn't even train at Gracie. He'll come here when I shut the lights off, and we'll do mitts and we'll get our rounds in. He makes sure that I'm ready, and it's cool.
Nice.
I feel
nice,
like I
nice.
may. Did you bring him to a BKFC event before?
That's probably a different boyfriend.
What?
Probably a different boyfriend, Mike. Shut the fuck up.
Shh. You've
Fuck
never
that.
done anything else before this, boyfriend. No life before today.
Your life starts today.
It's a whole secret. The life is a
was a
secret
good-
before this. I tell my wife the
listen,
same
my
thing. You were the
defense, in my
first I've
defense,
ever been
actually
with,
known this
Stephanie.
guy for like 10 years. We just have been friends for like 10 years, and then we're like, I kind of like you. And that's how
I
it
wore a
happened.
chastity belt before I met my wife. Never came off. No dates.
I'm
No
hanging,
dates.
hanging up. I'm hanging up.
Oh man. Well, Cassie, we have other guests coming on. We don't want to take up too much of your time. You probably have to go back into your jiu-jitsu gym.
I gotta go mop up the mats.
You gotta go mop up the mats. Anything else you want to say to any your sponsors or management or anything like that? Anyone that's paying attention about May 31st that you want them to hear something out of you. Go ahead.
Everybody from both my jobs. I work 2 jobs. I really do work hard. To my students, I would like to say thank you, because that is the most rewarding job to me, other than fighting, is teaching, like sharing my knowledge with somebody else. And man, I don't know. I might like maybe after this one, I don't know if I'm gonna retire or not, but I would rather share my knowledge with other people. So to my students, I would like to thank them, because that's half the people that I sold tickets to. And my boyfriend, he's a good man. He's a even better coach.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Yeah. So, he's so I wanted to say husband, but I was like,
Uh-oh.
we're working
Don't put
on
the
it.
pressure on him here.
We're working on it.
pressure.
I'll put the pressure on him later.
A lot of pressure.
My gym, they let me stay late when he has to come in and hold mitts for me and stuff. And to Genesis, to my family, just everybody who's supporting me. Another one, my lash lady. I was really proud of this because I only lost 1 eyelash yesterday. That's pretty good. I moved my head a lot.
I wouldn't know anything about that. Is it normal to just lose eyelashes on a daily basis?
Well,
Or
if you get punched, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you get punched and you're going to get knocked out, I moved my head. I took a couple hard body shots, but it's fine.
What about my wife just got the thing where you go and they curl your eyelashes and they stay like, it almost
a
looks like
lash
you're wearing.
lift?
Boom, the lash lift. Yeah. Why don't you do that?
Because I've done lash extensions for the last like 2 years and I don't hardly have any eyelashes left.
Damn. See, I don't know that type of stuff. I'm going to have to start getting into lashes.
You know what? We can talk about this later, but no,
I'll get back to you on
it's a
that.
whole thing. It's a whole thing.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so
Wanted them
much.
to look pretty for my photo shoot. So
There you go. You got to look good for the photo shoot. And best of luck to you when you take on Cristina Crist, May 31st, everybody. BKFC Prospect Series. But these are not prospects. These are veterans in the game. May 31st, Denver, Colorado. Don't miss it. Get on the app, get on Fubo, get on wherever the hell they're going to be streaming it, and watch this one because someone's going to get a dub this time. You know what I mean? Best of luck to you.
Someone's always got to go.
Someone's always got to
correct.
go. Mike, you got anything else for Cassie Robb?
Thank you so much, Cassie. We always love to be at the fights. We're not going to make it to these fights, but you can bet that we will be watching. Cannot wait for this event. There's a lot of great fights on this, and that's the thing about the prospects. People think that it's just all brand new fighters, but no, there's a lot of vets on there, and I kind of like that because the vets draw the eyes, and then you go and you see the new fighters. Like our next guest is a new fighter, Ruben the Beast Arroyo. When we come back, we will be joined by that man. Cassie, thank you so much for coming on. We will see you May 31st. Everybody else, stay tuned.
Bye, Cassie. Guy, look at this guy finally on the Mike and Mish show. You need to unmute yourself there,
Yes.
Ruben.
Yes,
Unmute
sir.
yourself.
For whatever reason, this program's acting up. It's muting everybody. As everyone could see, we already know Ruben. We've known him for a while. Welcome to the show for the first time, my friend. How is it going?
Pretty good. It's a long time coming.
It is a long time ago. So for everybody that is seeing this now, you just saw that little video montage. We met you like many events ago, and you've been telling us for the longest time that you're going to be in there. You're going to do this. I think you called out like John Dotson when the first time we met you. You were
Mighty
like, "Yeah."
Mouse in a video
I walked up to Mighty Mouse and I was like, "I'll fight you in fucking BKFC." And I'm like, "Damn, this motherfucker's crazy." But now here we are. Finally, you got your. Did you go to? You went to a tryout?
Yeah, Denver tryouts.
Denver tryout, right? Yeah. So you went, you got your tryout in, you got signed, dude. It's all coming together. How you feeling right now about that? Now that the hard work is finally all paid off for you?
Feeling good, feeling great. Feeling ready. Just gotta let that beast out. Gotta go out there and put on a show. Hopefully I don't let nobody down. Been getting a lot of followers and fans. A lot of people been following my story. They say that I've been an inspiration and they can connect with me and stuff, live through me quite a bit. I'm just living my life. I'm just living the cards I was dealt. Met you guys many moons ago. Like y'all said, we go back, started talking, started as just friends or whatever. I was just a fan. DJ Tony introduced us, and it's just been all uphill from there, just grinding and grinding. Yeah, I called out John Dotson, but it all started out with Mighty Mouse, actually.
Yeah. So you said that everyone's inspired by your story. You want to go ahead and tell your story a little bit. You can let the people that are watching the show right now that aren't familiar with who you are, just tell us a little bit about your background and the road that you took to get to where you are today in your life.
Well, I've had a lot of ups and downs throughout my life. I had a lot of positive and a lot of negative things, growing up, I obviously came from a single home, raised by my mother. My father was never around, always in and out of prison. Most of the people I grew up with, hang around with, always into trouble, gangs, the violence, all that stuff, drugs, stuff that honestly I don't want for my kids to go through and experience. One of the big reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. One of the reasons why I left my hometown of El Paso, Texas, is because most of it is drugs and violence out there, and it's just not the life for me. Those that don't know and haven't seen the interview of the BKFC tryouts yet, well, let's fast forward a little bit to like around 2020, I moved out here to Denver, try to start a new life, and eventually I got caught up over here just the same as I did over there. I got into trouble. I went to jail for some shit that I did. You know, I'm proud of it. But I'm okay with talking about it because it's made me who I am. You know, I went to jail out here in Colorado, but first I was actually in El Paso, Texas when I got caught up. I got arrested out there. I was put in jail in Texas for a good while. I don't remember how long. I was just waiting to get extradited, basically wasting my time, wasting my life away. I didn't get no credit for none of that. Just waiting to get extradited. Eventually got picked up maybe a couple of days before my extradition time was up. So I had to stay there. I was like maybe 3 days away from the extradition time for them to pick me up being over and me being able to walk free. And so I got picked up, and it was after COVID-19, and they say, oh, well, you're the lucky one. You're the first one after COVID that we go and transport and take over and all this stuff. They took me to the airport, and they had me handcuffed and shackled and treated me like a big time criminal, had me like Chapo. But
like hands to the waist, feet done up.
Yeah, they had me with they put a sweater over you. They handcuff you, hide it inside the hoodie so they don't see the handcuffs, so people don't get startled or scared.
They were treating you like fucking Hannibal Lecter over there.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, and they took me to Colorado. I stayed there. I don't remember how long I did. I did some time. Eventually, I got out. I took a deal. I got out. But when I got out, I was on my way home, and I got a call from one of my family members, a cousin that lived out here at the time. And he told me that he didn't know how to tell me this, but my house had just burnt down 5 days prior to my release.
Damn.
And I was like less than 5 minutes away from pulling up to my house, thinking I was going home and gonna be able to kick up my feet and relax, take a shower, and maybe get some food or something. I showed up and my house was burnt down. Lost everything I had. I had nothing but $20 to my name. I had nothing but the clothes I was wearing on my back, which is basically a muscle shirt, underwear, socks, and a pair of shorts and the shoes I had on. That was it. And that was being released in a cold night in Colorado, So I had to do the best and, be a beast, live up to the name. And I could have took the easy way out and went back home to Texas. My tribe could have helped me out, gave me a job. They could have helped me out with housing, a place to live, all that stuff. But I decided to be a man and just face it. And I didn't tell anybody. Nobody knew except for my mother, my brother, my sisters, and my son's mother. They're the only ones that really had my back and helped me out. They put a little collection together and gave me like about $100 and something together. I'm truly grateful for that, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have everything you see here, all those memories up there, all those trips.
Wow.
I turned that $100 into what you see now.
And
wow,
your son,
man.
And your son.
Yeah, your story's amazing and inspirational. Us being in the military, we have kids that join the military from all walks of earth, and like we definitely have those guys, much like yourself, that had to get out of the life that they were in and make a decision to better themselves. And some of them had kids and whatnot, and that's one thing that I learned about you the first day I met you, is that one thing you are more than anything else is a good dad. your little boy is like the coolest fucking kid on the planet. Matter of fact, I think my son Nolan and your kid should start a fucking podcast, and they should do their own thing because those kids are studs. Do you, if you don't mind, just like talk about the bond between you and your kid, man, because I haven't been around too many father and son combinations that fucking ride like you two do. You always got them looking fly as hell with the fucking tight haircut and the chain on and all that shit. The kids getting pictures with all the fucking pretty girls and whatnot. So go ahead and fucking talk about it for a second, man.
Yeah, well, he's one of my pride and joys.
Yeah, there he is.
What's up, buddy?
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
You know, but I still got 3 other pride and joys back home in Texas. Hazel, Mary Jane, and Belinda. I love you girls. I know you're watching. You know, me and my son, I try to do everything I can, you know, for him. I try to give him everything that I never had and everything I wanted. I take him everywhere. I take him to all the BKFC shows. I take him to wrestling, WWE, AEW. I take him to all the Nuggets games, Avalanche games, the Rockies, you know, just making memories. I really wish my daughters would give me that same opportunity and come out here, you know, and let me do the same for them. If they was here with me, of course, I'd be doing the exact same thing for them, you know. Sometimes I just feel like a failed father when it comes to my daughters. You know, I try extra hard for my son, but I would love to do everything I do for him, for them too. I try to be there for them as much as I can whenever they ask for anything. I do my best to get it for them, even if I don't have it. Maybe them watching this and hearing this will help them understand. I don't always got it, but I make it happen. It's like I made this dream happen. When I first met you, I was just a fan. And I said, I'm going to be in there one day. And that day's in about 2 weeks away.
Now you're here, man. Are you guys, is that your living room? You got a heavy bag hanging in your living room?
Yes, sir. For the days that I can't make it into the gym, I always got the heavy bag here to hit. I got my bench, I got my weights, I got all that, you know. I got the gym at home too.
Nice.
Well, yeah, Ruben, I'm sure that the life that you're leading now is not the man that you once were, and you could feel that kind of way about your relationship between you and your daughters, but just keep on the path that you're on. And just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually you're going to be able to take care of all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You got that fucking dog in you, man. You definitely do, and you live up to that name, the Beast. And that kid sitting next to you is cool as shit. He's lucky to have a pop like you, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now let's talk about you punching somebody in the face for a minute before we wrap up with you. You're fighting Dylan Schulte, dude. You're getting your debut fight, and Dylan Schulte is a tough fucking guy, dude. He's a tough dude, and he fought. Who did he fight, Mike? It was like a fight of the year candidate. Who the fuck did he fight?
Louis Lopez.
Louis Lopez. I mean, when they offered you Dylan Schulte, did you had to know you were a fan of the sport, so you had to know who he was. You're not in for a cakewalk debut fight here, right?
Nope. He's a formative opponent. He ain't no easy cakewalk, like you said. He's gonna welcome me into there with a tough fucking match, you know. I know I gotta let that dog out with him. I know he's tough. Everyone keeps telling me he's a real tough guy. He's a good wrestler. He's a Montana State champion wrestler and this and that. But all I gotta say to that is, what the F does that have anything to do with boxing or bare knuckle? This ain't MMA, this ain't wrestling, this ain't jiu-jitsu. So all that wrestling stuff, it don't really play a factor in here other than he's just going to try to push the fight a little bit. And you know what? He's got that dog. He's got that beast in him too. And so do I. There's going to be fireworks. Somebody's going to end up knocked out. Somebody's going to be waking up, looking up at those lights. I just hope I don't disappoint. And I hope it's not me who goes out. I have a lot of respect for him. I ain't putting nobody down. I have nothing but respect for every single fighter and every single person that's ever stepped into this ring. This is a sport that's not for the weak. It's for the mentally and physically tough. You got to have that special something, and you got to be a little fucking crazy too. And that I definitely am. I have to be able to choose and sign myself up for this, you know.
Oh yeah, Ruben. We're definitely going to be tuned in. I wish we could be out there. Mike and I, May 31st.
I know. I really would love to be there.
I don't think we couldn't make that one, but best of luck to you, dude. We know that the journey you've been on is long and tough and tumultuous, and you have made it. You have fucking made it. You got your fight. You got your chance. You train with some killers. You're in a fucking great fight city. Denver is one of the best places to go see a fight. And you're going to have your boy there with you there too, right? Is he going to be at the fights and going to be watching, or are you going to leave him home?
Of course. He asked for this. He wanted me to do this. This was literally something he asked for. And awesome. I tend to give him everything they want. I give him everything he wants and needs and asks for. So it's something else he asked for, and everybody in the gym knows why I'm doing this.
Awesome.
They always tell me to just remember when I need to let that dog out. They always tell me, just remember why you're doing this. I got some really good coaches and team that I train with at Team Genesis.
Yep.
I got Brandon Gertz as my corner, my main coach for this fight.
Nice.
And I asked him and chose him for one reason, because he is a dog. He knows what it takes to be in there because he's been in there. And I know he's going to want nothing but the best for me and push me. And that's what he's been doing. Most people say don't take it personal or anything. I'm like, I'm not. I like how he pushes me. I know he's going to demand the best. And those coaches that you love to hate during training are the ones you appreciate later on, because they're the ones that push you that extra mile when you needed it.
Absolutely.
It's the Bill Belichick effect.
Yes.
Everybody always says that they fucking hate, and when you play for Bill Belichick, you hate him. But you will be a champion, and you will appreciate the days you spent with Coach Bill Belichick. You know what I mean? It's that Bill Belichick effect that you got with Gertz.
When I was in basic training, right, I was in the reception wing. You first get there, and none of the days count until you make it to your company, right? And I remember going to chow one night, and there was this drill sergeant just laying into somebody. His last name was Paris. And I just remember looking at his last name and seeing Paris and being like, oh, man, that guy, like thinking like, that's a bad vacation. Paris, like, that's a bad vacation. This guy's yelling. That's all I remember thinking. Like, this is the worst dude in the whole place, right? We get 9 days later, I get marched over with a bunch of guys, 239 other dudes, and we're going over to our company, and we get up. They split us up into 4 platoons, and they go, all right, here are your platoon sergeants. And all of a sudden, this dude walks up. He's got red hair. He's got a red face. He's got Red Bull in his hand. Lots of red going on. And he is the guy, Drill Sergeant Paris, and he ended up being my drill sergeant. It was the one guy that I wished every night wouldn't be my drill sergeant. He was the biggest asshole. I hated his guts, but I loved him to death, man. I really did love him because he was a legit dude, and he didn't just bend at anybody's will. He would do what was right all the time, and he would never, ever, ever back down. He would always do what was right. He was the best. And at the end, you could tell from our platoon and other platoons that he did the right thing, and he never let us do anything. He made us eat with a spoon the entire time. I never got a fork. I never got a knife the entire time I was there. He would not let it happen. It was like the hardest thing to eat, salad with a spoon. It's so hard. But he wouldn't, and he never been till the last day, and I loved it. And yeah, man, so those types of coaches and people who like are a driving force in your life, those are the people you need. So I feel like, yeah, Brandon Gertz seems like that's the type of a dude he is.
You need those guys. And Ruben, we got to wrap up with you, but everybody needs to go to Instagram and follow him, the Beast _ BKFC. It's been scrolling across the bottom at the whole interview, and you can follow him on Facebook as well. Last
Facebook
word
is Ruben the Beast.
Ruben the Beast. Ruben, it's just Ruben the Beast now?
Yeah, it's Ruben the Beast on Facebook, the way you see it on screen right now.
All right, so final words before we let you go. Go ahead, you have the floor.
So I want to say thank you for having me on. I want to say thank you. Shout out to all my sponsors. EDS Supplements, Billboard Mats, Denver Chiropractor, HKA USA, Sparks 8 Smoke Shop, Tea Time, Energy Drinks. I want to say thank you to everybody on the BKFC staff for bringing me on and everything they're doing. There's going to be some more stuff dropping soon of Ruben the Beast with BKFC. Got some more shows and stuff coming up with me. I just found out today.
Nice.
It's a little surprise for me.
Nice.
They're going to be doing more spotlight stuff with me, and I don't know, there's some other surprises they said they got for me coming on. I'll let you guys know as soon as I do, but most of all, thank you, brothers, for having me on. It's been a long time coming. Been waiting for this night.
Hell yeah, man. And we're so glad you got on here finally. Thank you so much for coming on. We will be tuned in. Mike, you got anything else for Ruben?
Ruben, it was our pleasure. Always love hanging out with you. All the times we've hung out so far, you better believe we're going to be watching that. And no offense, Dylan, we do not make any picks on our show. We don't say who we want to win or who we want to lose. We do none of that. We try to remain biased, but I'm going to let everybody figure out which way we're going on this one. We're unbiased. We are unbiased. We don't do anything like that on our show, right? Never. But,
right. But we'll be rooting for you on May 31st.
That's right. All right. All right, buddy.
I wouldn't want it any other way.
When we come back, everybody, we will be joined by the newly 6-0 Royal Ryan Reber Ruben. Take it easy. I almost called you Royal. Ruben, thank you for coming on, buddy. See you later. Good luck. Take it easy, buddy.
See you later.
Stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 135 and 1/2 pounds. He is undefeated in the squared circle at 5-0. Fighting out of New London, Connecticut, by way of Clearwater, Florida. Here is the undefeated Royal Ryan.
That's got to feel pretty good, right? That's got to feel pretty fucking good.
Feels real fucking good. It feels so good that we decided we was going to celebrate tonight with you guys.
Proper!
With a little proper 12 Irish whiskey, boys. Let's fucking go.
I wish I fucking had a bottle of something in here. I don't, so we're just going to let you drink. Ryan.
It's the first time I got to get on the show and actually celebrate with you guys. So,
hell yeah.
You know, what more appropriate than wifey coming home with this? She said, you might as well put it on the show because I won't buy a goddamn bottle. But
you know what, Ryan?
She got it for me. So here we go. Here's the Connor. Here's the Dave. Let's do the damn thing. Let's make the BKFC greater than it already was. Here you go, guys.
I just gave you the poppy tap. Now, Ryan, you don't look like you had a cut under your eye the other day. Are you the fucking Wolverine? Look, it's barely there.
2 stitches gone. Plucked them out this morning.
Wow, man. Congratulations to you, dude. You are 6-0. You came out there at the Mohegan Sun. This was a long time coming. Like I said the other day, I said it earlier on the show, Dave Feldman must be sick of us asking about when it was coming to Mohegan Sun. I must have asked him a fucking 100 times, and it finally did. And it was a hit, man. There was a lot of people there. It was a great crowd. There were good fights, and the after party was fucking amazing. Talk a little bit about the weekend, what it meant to you so far in your pro career here.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I do want to apologize. I didn't press that fight a little bit more and get that knockout. I know Dave was banging on the apron, and there's a couple boos. I don't know if they're booing me or they're booing him to pressure it a little bit more, maybe both of us. Other than that, man, it was look, I was a little soon for me to jump back in there, especially after the war that I had. I had the hands were still a little hurt, and that could have been the reason why I didn't want to beam him off his fucking orbital, too many goddamn extra times. Whatever, man. I'm not here to make excuses, but hey, look, bro, we made history, man. First ever 135-pound winner. He made history as well just by fighting me. First ever sanctioned card out there. I think I'm the first ever bare knuckle, not bare knuckle, 135-pound bare knuckle to make it to 6-0. So it feels great, man, just to keep fucking beating the odds, man. And, that's what I'm going to continue to do. Just beat the fucking odds.
Quentin was pretty tough. And, a lot of people you were hearing.
Look, I already knew. I knew exactly what the fight was going to be. And that's why I said no, because I knew it could be a fucking
trap
technical
fight.
Battle. And that's why I said no at first, because I'm like, he honestly should be 2-0. I feel like if anything should have been a draw with Justin. It was a good fight. It played out almost just like mine did. But I honestly feel like even though it wasn't a clean knockdown, it was still a knockdown in that fight that could have changed that fight. And Justin had only beat him by 1 point each round, where, I pretty much blew it out each round. And yeah, like I said, the fight could have been better. And, I wanted to press it, but, there's a part of me too that didn't really I didn't feel like at any point in time I was losing. And I thought he was going to press a little bit more for me to, want to give it to him back just as much. But I never felt like I was behind on the scorecards enough to be like, okay, I got to go for broke. I got to go for broke now. And I never really had to go for broke in this fight, man. And, like I said, we're there to fucking fight, obviously. But I chose to make it a smarter technical fight. And by any means, man, if I was ever felt like I was down on those scorecards, or my coach was like, hey, bro, you're fucking down on those scorecards, you would have seen the same thing with Perez. I'm going for fucking broke, man. I got nothing to lose at this fucking point. Because that's how bad I don't want to fucking lose.
When you're hearing boos coming from the crowd, is the crowd's boos changing the way you're
a little bit, because you heard them booed and then I pressed it and then they cheered. But my coach always tells me, he said, the crowd didn't train you. The crowd didn't train you.
Right.
Fuck what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna win a decision, it better be a fucking unanimous decision. And a unanimous decision is what it was. So I mean, like I say, if I'm gonna judge the fight, I give myself a fucking C+. And the only reason why I put the plus in there is because think about the immense pressure that I'm under. No background in any sort of pro fucking sport or fighting for that matter. I'm coming up to a place that I haven't seen my people in 15 plus years. My first cousins that I haven't seen in 15, 20 plus years, and then I'm fighting a fucking guy who's 1-1 that has absolutely nothing to lose. And he ain't no fucking pushover. He's got a fucking 74-inch reach. He's long as fuck. He's bony as fuck. That's why I got cut. I only got hit once. And this is the first time I ever really been cut in a fight where it was streaming into my eye for a sec. And I'm like, fuck. And you don't know how bad the cut is until I get back to the corner and I ask, G, yo, how bad is the cut? Oh, it's just a little, baby. I'm like, oh, good. All right. Good.
Hey, no thanks.
And you gotta play it, because I look for in a fight, what I look for is if I cut you, I want to see how you react to it. Does it worry you? Does your eyes change? Does your body language change? And then I'm going right back for it. I'm going right back for it. As soon as I see that there's shark in the water, I'm a damn shark, man. I'm going for the fucking kill at that point in time. And like I said, I mean, I'm a little disappointed in myself, but, you know, it's like the critics are always going to be there. Oh, if I knocked him out, oh, he was a one-on-one fighter. If I go to the distance with him, oh, he was a one-on-one fighter, or, you know, whatever. But, I mean, his skill set, and you guys are going to see this in his future, and not just because I fought him, but look at Justin as well. You know what I mean? The kid's fucking defense was very technically sound, man. He was very good with that defense, and I thought when I triple jabbed him, I was going to get him to kind of expose himself up, and that's when I was going to crack him. But every time I went to set it up, he changed defenses on me, and I couldn't get through. And when I had him on the ropes, I just didn't feel comfortable enough to fucking continue the onslaught. Because, like I said, I'm the one in there fighting. I'm the one in there with everything to motherfucking lose. Does that make it the best excuse? No. But just like everybody will fucking tell you, it's a business, man. And I'm trying to be business smart at the same time, because to be honest with you guys, I wouldn't even have took the fucking fight if it wasn't history, if it wasn't the first time in Connecticut. I mean, it just, you guys know how much it meant to me. It was something that had to happen. Yeah. I didn't care if my left hand was only fucking, 80%. My right hand was 90%. Like, I was at the hand doctor. I'm doing fucking 11-minute long ice baths. I'm literally just mentally preparing myself the best I can. And then just like anything that can happen to anybody, what happened to me during camp? I get sick as fuck, man. I got so sick 2.5 weeks out. Like, I'm talking bedridden sick. And I'm worried, bro. I'm like, fuck, man. And I mean, I'm going to work and my barbers are looking at me like, bro, you don't fucking look good. I'm malnourished. I'm fucking sunken in.
You're making him sign NDAs in there? NDA. Don't you tell anybody I'm fucking sick right
keep
now.
Your mouth shut.
What are you gonna do though, man? And then I knew, like, okay, I can't stay at the gym for a fucking week. I'm 2.5 weeks out, not even. So I get back into slow paced shit. Then I get back into sparring, and my sparring partners were all 6'1", 160 fucking pounds, because I'm getting bigger guys in there. I get dropped twice in a fucking row that week. I'm like, golly, man, I got nothing, man. So all this shit is here mentally. But what do? Suck it the fuck up. I get back into the gym on Saturday. I dominate the sparring. I listen to the coach. I get back to where I need to be. Did like 6 rounds straight. And that was the most I did this whole camp, just because of all the shit. Like, I never stopped working, man. And my skinny ass will deplete myself completely. And then when I depleted myself, I got fucking stupid sick off of doing it. And, you're just battling all these fucking demons before you could even get to the promised land. And then you got to worry about, better not lose to that kid. You better not lose to that kid. Because if I had to lose to that kid, this whole conversation's not even happening right now.
That's what I want to say here is you had a lot to lose. And you've touched on basically everything that I want to say here, but I'll really quickly reiterate it is, you're 5-0 going into it, and now you're facing a guy that is not top 5, right? So everybody that watches the sport knows that you're pretty much next in line. They put Blas in there. So once that happens, right, you're there. So you could just have waited or taken another good fight in between, but at this point, you're 5-0, right? So you take this fight. It's your hometown. It's history. Your mom is there live for the first time ever to watch you fight, right? She's never been to a bare knuckle fight before. This is the first time. Your family's there. A whole bunch of your family's there, right? So you have all that going on. You're in front of your hometown where you grew up. Your gym's there that you started at. Like, people are there. We're there. Okay, you don't want to lose in front of us. No, but here, so you go in there, you go against Foy, and like you said, he has nothing to lose. So you have a guy that's going to go in there, and you don't know. You know how he fights. You've seen him fight a couple fights, right? But you don't know what he's going to do. He can just go in there and just be
balls to the wall.
Yep, just go crazy. Because if he catches you and he wins, his stock goes way up from there.
Way up.
But you're fucked because you're going down, and people are going to be like, he lost to that guy.
I mean, you're drowning
really
a
know
man.
that guy, and that's no offense to him. It's really just he's not ranked, and people don't really know his name yet. But they would have known if he beat you.
Hey.
You were the stepping stone for him, so you couldn't allow him to just step on you and climb up that ladder. You had to win that fight. You had
And
to.
that's why I didn't take too many. Like, you seen me press, and then I'm sure a lot of people are like, "Why'd you stop?" Because maybe a couple times I'm off balance, or I just didn't see it. I didn't feel it. And if I don't see it and I don't feel it, I'm not blowing my whole fucking wad, and then I end up fucking on the receiving end of whatever he's willing to give. And like I said, you being in there with somebody is way different than you watching it on the fucking sidelines. You know what I mean? Because I didn't try 110% to really take him out, but there was a couple times where I really tried and was like, damn, that was, okay. Or he fucking just swung something crazy and beamed it off my fucking eyebrow, and that's what cut me. Another jab, bah, and then he cut me. I'm like, fuck, man. The first punch he fucking hit me with in the first round, my teeth went through my bottom lip. It was all fucking jacked up. I'm like, damn, man. You know what I mean? And it's still like, fuck it. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, I know everybody, a lot of people will say this shit, but I mean, honestly, you still haven't even seen the best Royal Reber yet. I'm saving that shit. And you know what I'm fucking saving it for? I'm saving it for you, Keith. I'm saving it for you, Blias. That's who I'm fucking saving it for. Because guess who's got nothing to lose when that time comes? This fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? And they got everything to fucking lose. And I've always been this way in the gym. And I asked my coach, I said, hey, coach, I said, what is one of my biggest issues in the gym? Taller fighters, longer fighters. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that shorter guys are easier because they're more compact as well. But, like little Travis's ass fucked me up the worst I've been fucked up at BKFC so far. But at the end of the day, and I think Keith would do the same thing, but if I play that card perfectly to my range and my footwork and good defense, it could be a bad night for a shorter guy, especially when I can beat you to the fucking punch. And if I could beat you to the punch every fucking time, it could be a short night. You know what I mean? And I mean, a lot of people can say, like I said, whatever they want, but coming into this fight, I was 5-0 with basically 4 finishes because Shady's ass was getting finished, so he counts as a finish. And if Shady wants to say something, Shady, fuck you.
So Ryan, this can't start right away. You know that you're going to get the title fight next. You got they're fighting in June, but like while you're training right now, is most of your training going to be like orientated towards Keith in Alberto? Like you're going to start taking a look at their two styles and start training for the two of them. And then once you figure out who the fucking winner is, it focuses this direction or that direction and it's on.
But they're both, I mean, are they both not mirror images of each other? You know what I'm saying? They're both short. They're both fucking blitz you. I think Keith's a little more strategic and smarter about what he does. And I think that's what's going to cost Blias in this fight. Because have you ever seen the boxing match with Blias? And he fucking double-legged the guy twice and got disqualified.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Bro, it's fucking bizarre. Like, I'm literally scrolling on Instagram one time, and I'm watching this fucking boxer shoot in and take a dude down. I'm like, who's this dipshit? And I'm watching it, and I'm like, yo, that's fucking Blias. Are you kidding me? And he's got boxing gloves on, doing a professional. And me and Keith were inboxing each other, joking about that shit, because he was like, yeah, if he tries to double-leg me, he's going to lose there, too. And I was laughing and he's laughing. And I'm like, bro, I seen that match. I said, that's hilarious. Crazy. And I went back to go find it and I couldn't find that bitch anywhere. But that just tells me that if he gets frustrated in a fight, he gonna pull some shady shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to shoot in with boxing gloves? I mean, come on, bro. And then do it twice in a row and get disqualified? That's looking for a way out. You know what I'm saying? So you get in there and you start frustrating some of these guys. They don't know how to take that because every one of Blias's fight has been easy. We never got to see him tested. He's finished these guys very fucking quick. So this fight's going to show what you're really made out of because he's fucking for real, and to even step into the ring with a guy like that is anything and everything that I fucking want because he's the man. He's the one that fucking should be in the spot that he's in.
With that being said, when Keith, and I said this before, Keith, he got to fight the champion in his home turf, right? Yep. When he won in South Carolina and he beat Reggie and the champ went to the challenger's home turf and defended it. David Feldman said in the post-fight press conference just the other night that they've already talked about it, and they're coming back to Mohegan Sun in the fall.
What's the fall?
I don't know. Maybe October. I don't know.
Yeah, and I've already manifested and put it out there, and I already smiled at the beginning because I knew exactly where you was gonna go with this.
Right.
Shit.
So you see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
June they fight. You got some banged up hands right now. You need a little time.
Yeah, and he's gonna be banged up too.
He's gonna be banged up after June. So July, August, September, October, November time frame is the fall.
Perfect. That's exactly what I thought. I said, first to fuck off, I'm not fighting lower again. Second off, I don't mind waiting until, because like I've always said, the money is great. The money, it means a lot, but the money is not everything. This is more of my legacy. You know what I'm saying? And I told Nate Shook this same shit. I said, bro, I'm done giving these fucking 1-1, 2-2, 3-0 guys clout, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done doing that shit, Nate, because, you know, it's dangerous. And eventually somebody's going to end that parade, unfortunately, because that's just the name of the game. Nobody should ever remain undefeated and fight everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then you just not really fought anybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't mind doing it. And think about how cool it's going to be, because Keith wins. Okay, now he's 5-0. Then I'm 6-0. Someone's has got to go. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, just to build up the hype, all that shit.
It all worked out
look,
perfect.
Man, I see what BKFC was trying to do to me and for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, well, Keith knocked out fucking Perez with one shot, so you took 4 rounds. Nah, you're not ready yet, so we're going to skip you. Okay, cool, whatever. Then they're like, we're going to give you Foy, somebody you should knock out. First off, you can't tell another man what he should and can't do. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I mean, if there was more money, more implications, they didn't even put up a fucking knockout clause in my shit. That would have made me a little more itchier to fucking risk it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, just like he runs a fucking business, I run a business as well. And I'm not going to use the fucking what was the champ's name that basically said he just skated around because he didn't get paid enough? Fuck Palomino. You know what I mean? Love Palomino, great guy, great fighter, but you don't say no shit like that, especially when your boss tells you to fight your ass off. Like, you know, Mr. Feldman, I was prepared to fucking fight to the death, but that kid didn't want to bring it to that level. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, I'm doing what I'm told and trained to do, and that was, don't be an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out there and just think because he's this that you're just gonna knock him out. Like I said, hats off to Quint. He's gonna give a lot of these motherfuckers problems. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, Ryan? They are running a business, and you have linked up with All In, and they seem to be running a good business. And I think
best management team in a motherfucking game, man.
I think that you're on to something here, and I think I'm
on to something. I knew I was on to something before I started this journey. I'm the Conor McGregor of this shit. Watch. I just don't talk.
I gotta tell you, dude, you gained a ton of fans that didn't quite know who you were yet, even though you are 5-0 in the BKFC. A lot of the New England people that came out to Mohegan Sun were new to the sport, because Mike and I did a lot of fucking marketing for this one. We ran around to a bunch of.
You guys are a very valuable piece to the team for sure.
So we were getting a lot of people that have never even really watched the sport to get the fuck out there and watch this shit.
That house was packed, man. That was a good fucking turnout.
Right. And they were clinging. They all became fans of you. One in particular is who we talked about a couple times in this episode already. My young son, Nolan, thinks that you're the fucking man. And I got to tell you that. And Nolan's got I'm actually wearing Nolan's hat right now. This is Nolan's Bruins hat.
I was like,
he's got the same haircut as you. He's got the long, the fucking mohawk kind of thing going. And he says to me, he goes, Dad, I think I know what I'm going to be for Halloween this year. And I'm like, what's that? He goes, Ryan Reber. It's easy. I just need some boxing shorts and some boxing shoes. And I already have the haircut. I could be Ryan Reber. So there you go, dude. You've made it to the point in your life, in your career, that you have little kids wanting to dress up like you for Halloween.
You know, man, and I tell them all the same thing. Stay in school, and your gratitude and integrity is going to get you where you need to get to, my friends. I said, and you don't know what that means, your parents sure will.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, that's what this whole journey is about, man. Just to be involved with the young generation of kids that aren't yet fucking have lost it and don't know which way to go and don't know who to be and how to act. And, you know, it is, man. It's fucking everything to me. My kids, you know what I mean? Their friends. Like, I'll get into the truck with, you know, my son and his friends, and I'm lecturing them about, you know, doing good in school, how you're going to be if you ever want to make it to the pros, you know, how you got to be behind closed doors. Who you are behind closed doors is who you are in general. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I knew I was going to be so good at this shit, because I didn't have to fake it. You know how many times I go to the fucking gym and the coaches, my training partners, everybody's, you got it, man. You got it. Bro, you got all the tools. You got all the tools. And a lot of the times it's hard to apply yourself because of this or, you know, other shit you got going on. But when you know you got it in there, man, it's fucking, you know, just do it. Just fucking forget about all the bullshit and just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be free, man.
You got it, Ryan. And we gotta finish things up with you right quick because we're gonna have another guest and we're gonna wrap up the show. But I do want to thank you and your family and everyone for coming out to the after party afterwards.
Dude,
because
absolutely.
that place, do you realize I talked to Tasha, the general manager there, afterwards. Me and Mike.
I brought more than 12 people this time.
Mike and I were talking to her at the end of the night, and I kind of apologized to her because I told her to plan for like 100 to 150 people, and I don't know if they like staffed for that.
Yeah,
but
there was a lot of people there.
She goes, we were at capacity for like 3 straight hours in this fucking place. And I'm like, I hope you're not mad at us. She goes, no. She goes, you guys are welcome back here anytime. Like,
absolutely. But I mean, and that's what we do that's what you do for the community. Because I do the same thing with local bars down here. I push it out here. I'm like, hey, sponsor me. I'll drive revenue through the door because people are going to want to know where to come see this shit at. And it's fucking cheap. Like, if you can't pay for the app, you're just an asshole, man. You ain't not paying $100. You know what I mean? Like, people are seriously out here fucking complaining about that. And it's like, bro, you're not supporting just Dave Feldman and the BKFC. You're supporting all of us.
The fighters.
You're supporting you guys, us, the people who, you know what I'm saying, are really risking their ass. And just like a lot of people have said, not a lot of people want to do this shit, man. Not a lot. This is a different level of fucking savagery, man. You know what I mean? And we're doing it. And not only am I doing it, I'm fucking 6-0 in it, and I don't give a fuck who they say I fought or what they think of me or if he backs up or he does this wrong here. Because, you know, Quentin Ford thought he pointed out some obvious, you know, faults of mine. Didn't expose not one of them. Because every time you see me in there, depending on what you're going to give me, I'm going to be a different fighter. Depending on what's on the line, I'm going to be a different fighter. All of it.
Ryan, you proved once again that you belong in the top of that division. We hope to see you ringside June 21st for that.
I hope I will be there. Yeah. You guys are going to be down there?
No. We will not because June is the busiest time of the year for us Army fucks. So we got shit going on.
Just fucking retire already.
I know. Yeah. I'm waiting for that day.
I got 4.5 years before I can even think about retiring. But Kyle can retire right now.
I could retire right now if I wanted to, but I don't.
Years in the Army.
We're not making enough money outside the Army yet to do that kind of thing.
Soon.
But hey,
soon.
We want to thank you for coming back on after your fight. We had to get you on here. We wanted to thank you and your family for being so good to us that night. And best of luck to you in the future. I know it's very bright. And when you get down there June 21st, whoever wins, you fucking need to be in the ring facing off with them.
Damn right.
So then they have no other choice but to slide that contract to you.
Yeah, you know they can't.
Yeah. So thank you. And do you have any last words for everyone that's watching?
Hey, man, listen, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys tuning in the Mike and Mish show, man. I want to thank real quick Vic, Sam at All In. You guys have been a godsend to me. My coaches, James, Bo, Nick, love you guys. I got Ben over there now at Fitness 360, Dave Mundell, Julian Lane, all my sparring partners, man, all you guys that fucking looked out for me, love me, show me support. Mike and Mish, I appreciate you guys, man.
Hell yeah,
Conor
brother.
McGregor, come see the real fighters. Stop bullshitting.
That's your new boss. That's one of your new bosses.
I mean, if he is, we want to fucking meet the goddamn guy. Let's go.
All right,
I bet you he'll be in Florida on June 21st. That's what I'm
Let's
guessing.
see it.
Well, thank you so much, Ryan. It was a
Hey.
pleasure watching your work in Connecticut. Love your family. Had a blast at Tom's. Next up, we know who he is. We did not get to see him fight. It was a goddamn travesty, if I do say so myself. The Wolf, Rob Perez. He's coming up next after this.
Just a couple shots of the crowd there. Rob, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show again. What's up?
Doing good.
The Wolf. This guy, you were one of the guys that the people wanted to see perform this past weekend, Mohegan Sun. And for those who don't know, do you want to just explain what happened and why your fight ended up not going down?
So, pretty much Connecticut is one tough ass state. There was, I guess, a lot of like issues with the paperwork and the paperwork not lining up with certain, I don't know. But all I know is, they just didn't clear me to fight. And then come to find out also, Matt Adams had the same issue. So, he's telling me that wasn't the case, but I heard from BKFC themselves, and they told me that he had issue with his paperwork. So either way, the fight wasn't going to happen regardless.
So if you don't mind talking about your eye was the reason, right?
No, it was just paperwork. It wasn't even my eye being the issue. I passed all my tests. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the eye the issue. It was just like the paperwork, more or less, being the issue. In Connecticut.
What the heck's going on? I mean, we've seen you fight. We've seen you fight bare knuckle.
I just, like I said, Connecticut's just a tough ass state, and honestly, it was just paperwork was the issue. I passed the medicals. I was in there, and they started going over my paperwork, and they were like, "Hold up, why isn't this on here?" It was literally the part with the eye medical. My optometrist didn't put the left and the right specs on the actual paper, and it was on a different paper, and it was just bullshit.
You know what amazes me? How a guy like Mike Bisping. Do you know Michael Bisping's backstory? Michael Bisping fought like the last 10 fights of his career with one eye, and nobody knew it. How the fuck did he get away with that?
Know?
That alone is I think bullshit. Like, people with one eye should be able to fight. They're letting people with missing limbs fight.
Right.
It's already like a dangerous sport. Like, somebody in there with two eyes and fully functional body can go in there and die. But you're not gonna let you're gonna tell somebody they can't do something just on the principle of their, you know what I mean? Their
disability.
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
I've seen deaf people fight. We've seen people with one hand fight, right? Nick Newell.
Exactly.
He's great. He's done great, right?
Look at the guy in the UFC that has one eye. Bellator has a signed fighter right now. He goes by the One-Eyed Dragon. And,
the dude in the UFC is the Dagestani dude that looks like fucking crazy, right? Yeah.
And then Bellator has a fighter that is blind in one eye too, and he has 16 pro fights in his career, and he's I think fucking 8 or 9 and 5. You know what I mean? Like, his record's Good.
So,
Michael Bisping knocked out Luke Rockhold at UFC 199 for the fucking world championship with one fucking eye. God damn it.
Yes, exactly.
There should be no issue with that happening. Like, I understand, like, they're worried about safety, but people in there losing eyes as it is, orbitals, like, it's a, you know what I mean? It's a livelihood. It's not like we're going in there for recreation or for fucking patty cakes. We know what we're signing ourselves up for. Like, we train month in and month out for these fights. Like, it's not you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't just go in there waking up out the bed and be like, hey, sign me up. I'm ready next week. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's super unfortunate because, like, you had a lot of people coming out there that night that bought tickets.
I sold a lot of tickets that night. Oh, it was crazy. And then I ended up getting kicked out. Fucking shitty ass commission Mazunza, whatever the fuck his name is. Oh my God, if I ever see him in person again.
So why'd you get removed from the arena? What happened?
So all right, so here we go. I'm glad I get to address this without having to address it. So bitch ass Zach Kelmis had my opponent in his corner. Now, if it wasn't a regular opponent, or you know what I mean, like if that, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I have issues with Matt. Me and Matt Adams got bad blood. And the fact that I've helped Zach train for this camp, that Zach comes and spars with me, Zach's on these podcasts talking about we boys, and then just do some shit like that just showed your true colors. You know what I'm saying? He's just a shitty person. He was yelling at his wife right before the meetings, like calling her a fucking like a gold digger, and it was like, where the fuck is your hat? Like screaming in front of Chris Lytle and everybody. Just yeah, he's a shitty human being, and I hope I see you soon, Zach, and I hope you're watching, you fucking pussy. But oh yeah, so I'm screaming at Zach, and then some old dude was like, hey, no swearing, my daughters are here. And I look at it, you know what I mean, being respectfully looking at his daughters, thinking they were like little kids. These women were older than me. So then I'm like, you know what I mean? And then the alcohol kind of took over, and then I started screaming at the dude. And then next thing I know, fucking the commissioner just looked at me and was like, get him out of here.
Can I say something?
Yep.
Did Zach, or can I ask you a question? Did Zach go there without a corner and look for someone to corner him? And is that why Matt Adams jumped in?
Well, first of all, he could have came to me. Second of all, he could have went to anybody else. And third of all, I have multiple people, you know what I mean, saying like after I left or whatever, you know, like Zach was kind of being buddy with Matt, and I mean, be friends with who you want to be, but don't sit there and pretend that you're my boy, and then knowing I got issues with, you know what I mean, like that's to me that's very two-faced.
So what upset because you trained with the guy, and then he had.
You know what I'm saying? I gave him tips. I helped him. I put in my energy to help him get better for his fight. And then, you know, I felt kind of betrayed. I'm not gonna lie. With the whole Matt Adams being in your corner, you know, because he could have asked me. There was no, you know what I'm saying, or anybody else. And then on top of that, you don't even know the dude.
So you know what I'm saying? This does seem. I will say that seems a little strange. That
it didn't make
you guys train together.
I'm in the side watching the fight, and I'm like looking through the, you know what I mean? And then I got people hitting me up. It's like, yo, yeah, why is your opponent in your boy's corner? You know what I'm saying? Like that just makes me look bad. You know, like what the fuck are you doing?
At this point, does the beef with Zach override the Matt Adams, or is it?
Yeah, Matt Adams ain't gonna fight me unless, I don't think he ever gonna fight me, to be honest with you. But I mean, what Zach did was really shady, and like it just need the situation need to be dealt with like men. So he can come spar me, or you know what I'm saying. But he ain't gonna do that because he ain't a real dude. But yeah, he's just a shitty human being, and I can't wait to see Zach.
Well, I gotta tell you this, Rob. We know Zach, and I don't think he's a shitty human being. But you can go ahead and vent that as much as you want. I'm just not gonna agree with that.
That's a facade. Don't let Zach fool you. But hey, yeah, everyone's allowed to have their opinion. I'm not
Right,
gonna.
right. Absolutely,
You know what I'm saying?
you can have your opinion for sure. It
yeah,
sounds to me
Everybody
like
that
you should
knows
fight.
Zach, even his wife knows he a shitty human being. She would agree with me.
Wow.
But,
Well, we can tell that you are not happy with Zach.
hey,
It
no,
might look like
he ain't
there
gonna do
might-
nothing about it though. That's the funny thing too.
I think maybe you guys should fight. I don't
Maybe
know.
there'll be a fight here in the
He wouldn't
future.
fight
I
me.
gotta tell you,
I got sparring footage for days of me fucking him up in the ring.
we
I would
actually just
destroy
did
him.
see that.
I would destroy him bare. And those are just little clips. That's just me showing like bare minimum me already tired after like 20 rounds of sparring. I got clips for days of me just beating his ass left and right. I could do it boxing, I could do it bare knuckle, either or. He would take the fight because he's just a Neanderthal, but it would be very bad on his end and probably would be his last fight.
You think that is a possibility with the BKFC? Maybe not in Connecticut, but somewhere else. Maybe
I don't know.
Massachusetts, if they come to Massachusetts soon.
Anything's a possibility when anything's a possibility. So we'll see.
Wow.
I would hope that
the opportunity presents itself. It definitely would be. I'd be down for it.
Have you talked to any of the BKFC brass, like Feldman, Shook, maybe Andy Hall, or any of them, trying to get you on another card like very soon?
We talked about it, and we're just like I said, just gonna see what works and where it fits, and stuff like that.
Wow,
man, it's a big disappointment.
It sucks, but everything happens for a reason. God always has a plan. So, like I said, when, I'm supposed to fight, I'm supposed to fight. When I'm not, I'm not.
Well, we know you don't have a shortage of opponents here, right? Because we got Matt Adams, who you're supposed to fight. We have Zach Kalmus, right? We have that. We have you with the Lorenzo Hunt thing going on. That's what initially caught my eye because we were at the tryouts and you yelled into my camera like, Lorenzo Hunt, you fucking pussy. And I was like, okay. I like what's going on here. I know Lorenzo. We know Lorenzo. We know he's not going to let that slide too. So I know you guys are going to be butting heads.
Always when I see Lorenzo.
So I was really eager to see you fight, and we didn't get to see it. So I'm crossing my fingers that you get a fight in the near future.
Soon.
Mike has his fingers crossed.
I do. I got my fingers crossed. Like Freddie got fingered. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
I got my fingers crossed. All right. Well, Rob, dude, we wanted to give you a chance to come on here and address the fight getting pulled. And of course, we got a little more than we asked for here with you.
Always with the wolf, you get more than you ask for, baby. Come on, y'all know that.
So, with that said, man, we're going to go ahead and let you have the floor for a minute here. Say anything you want to say. If you want to say something to the BKFC brass, if you want to say something to anybody who's listening, go ahead, take the floor, and we'll wrap it up.
First of all, I got to thank my Lord and Savior because without him, none of this would be possible. My journey wouldn't be possible. My wife, my family, all my sponsors that have my back day in and day out, my gym Camp Get Right, my coach Daniel Dontman. I have another coach, Garth Kane. Just everybody that keeps supporting me. And if you a hater, keep watching because you supporting as well. And everybody on my hit list, you know who you are. I'm coming for y'all pussies. Zach, coming for you. So, it is what it is. And the wolf going to do what the wolf got to do because it's hunting season, baby. Oh! Y'all already know. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, no doubt. Man. Hey, thanks for coming on here, and we'll talk to you soon. Mike, you got anything else for Rob?
Hey, hopefully we see you very soon. It would be nice if they slid you in on that June 21st card. That's what I think. But hey, listen, if I was the boss, I think that's what I would be doing. But I am not. However, we could try to push for it. Maybe they get in Massachusetts very soon, and you're on that card too. But thank you for coming on tonight. It was nice seeing you at the fights, even though we didn't get to see you fight, and nice seeing you. Thanks for coming to the after party and chatting with me for a little while.
Definitely.
So take care. Hopefully we see you soon. Everybody else, stick around. We will be right back after this. See you later, Wolf.
All right, later, y'all. Oh!
All the way down, we come down like that. Swimming through the crowd. boy Superman Allen, man. Here. Hey, watch the Mike and Mish show. Get at it.
I just lost Mike. Mike just fucking disappeared. So that was Brandon Superman Allen. Mike's back.
I got kicked out like right as soon as it ended. But hey, yeah, because I saw Superman in the comments, I wanted to play that. Boom. That was before his Steve O'Morris fight. Remember that? I think it was.
That
like
was, yeah. That was a great time. That was when we visited Shift. It was like 100 degrees in there. Everybody was doing things, and somebody, Jared was in the middle of Preparation H, I think, right?
That's right, Preparation H. That's what. Yep, he made it all the way to Preparation.
Hey,
H.
man, Rob had some strong things to say about, and I did say, and for the record, I don't think Zach is a shitty human.
I don't think
gonna
anybody
disagree.
thought you thought that.
I'm going to disagree. No, but like for him to be saying it on our show, I mean, everybody's allowed to say whatever the fuck they want on here. So that seems like they need to fight now. So
yeah, I know. Isn't it funny how that happens? Let me get this light. It's so bright in my face.
yeah, I just feel like allowing someone to call someone a shitty human being on our show, I have to just back ourselves up and say that our opinions are not our guests' opinions. You know what I'm saying?
I think people know that. I think people know that.
Hey, so that's pretty
we're not
crazy
in there
though.
Fighting.
Right. I think that's an interesting fight between Rob and Zach. And unfortunately, I don't think it could be done in this territory because the Mohegan Sun Athletic Commission kind of controls like all of New England. And I think all the way down to like Jersey. So they might have to fucking go south for that one. South.
It's kind of wild how that shit goes down. Like in one state, it's fine, and the next, it's not. It's like I don't know. I don't know exactly what they're doing. You know what I mean? And I don't even know the full background on what happened. So like it's a whole fucking. It's always a bumpy road. I can't even imagine all the shit that people have to go through. Like, is it super easy to get through, and then people just mess up, or is it? It does seem like when you go places, some of the commissions are a little more finicky than others. It's very odd that it can't just kind of be like an across the board, like this is the standard, follow it. So everywhere
some of the
goes,
commissions let
it's
fucking
the
everything
way.
go. You know what I mean? It's like,
It should be basically like a unanimous across the board type of a thing. Like, these are the rules. This is what you need. It's a sport. It's not like if you go and play for the NFL, the rules are different when you go to a fucking visiting team. They're not just going to change the rules there. You know what I mean? So having commissions in different states and having them, oh, well, we didn't adopt those rules yet, and in our paperwork, no, we want this, and this, and we need you to go through extra scans, and we need extra this and extra that. It's like, why? How come this guy doesn't, but you do? What is this? It's insane. I think it really is. It's like we're in fucking 2024. You guys can't all just jump on a conference call and figure this out in a goddamn fucking hour. This is ridiculous. A bunch of adults, and this is what happens. This is the politics in the world of adults. You would think that kids are bad, but really I feel like kids would come up with the fucking plan quicker than adults do because there's all this fucking semantics and politics.
It's power too. It's power too. Like one wants to be more powerful than the other. A bunch of fucking twats. But hey,
unbelievable.
Let's give away a signed Reber picture.
Kyle. Some fucking believable.
Unfucking believable. I have something for outside the circle if you want to do an outside the circle. But first, let's give away. I have a question. Anybody want a signed picture of Ryan Reber? 6-0 Ryan Reber.
They do. Let's do this one first.
This one, you got a picture. Okay, you see this awesome picture of Ryan right here? All you got to do is be the first person to jump into the comments section. Signed picture brought to you by the Extreme BKFC fans page, Russ and Country. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do for us. They give us a belt, which we were letting everybody take pictures with. My kids think it's the coolest thing in the world. But they provide us with these pictures. Ryan Reber is now 6-0. Okay.
All right. Here are the rules. Okay?
Here are the rules.
Rule number 1. If you work for BKFC, do not try to win this fucking picture, please. God damn it, don't try to win this picture. Also, I know there's some family in there. I believe you can get a Ryan Reber signed, no offense to you, but please let the fans win the picture. We don't want, people who work for the company to win the pitcher. Please. Thank you.
Right. And
It happens
if
all
you
the time.
and we're gonna do 2 of them. So if you win one, don't try to win the second one. All right. Here you go. Here's the picture. All you got to do, and this is I think fairly easy. It's all a matter on who's got the quickest thumbs. You know what I mean? Who's got the quickest fingers here? What boxing gym did Ryan Reber get his start at in New London, Connecticut?
Ooh.
What is the name of the boxing gym that Ryan Reber got his start in New London, Connecticut? What's the name of the gym? Drop it in the comment section, and you will win a poster signed by Ryan himself with fucking bucked up. Well, you're sort of close. Not all that.
Somebody in the comments is getting close.
Somebody's getting close, but
Yes.
Hey,
come on.
With that said, Mike, do we want to do a little outside the circle?
I mean, we can. What do you got? Something for us? Oh, it's supposed to be for me and Ryan, huh?
Yeah, but I'm going to do it for you because
son of
you
a
are
bitch. Can
you,
we get him
and
back on here?
you are you, and you will make this fucking hilarious.
Oh,
I
God.
know it.
Don't put the pressure on me.
I know it. So I'm driving to work today, and I'm listening to the radio, and they're having a conversation on the radio on one of the greatest sports shows, Rich Hill in the morning on WEEI. They're talking about how a company in Indiana, or a taco shop in Indiana was trying to go in at like this strip mall, right? The strip mall, someone tried to block it, took it to court. A judge ruled that because there's already a sandwich shop in this strip mall, he cannot put his taco restaurant in there because a taco is a sandwich. A judge in a court in Indiana has ruled that tacos are sandwiches as well as burritos, Mike. So what say you on the topic of tacos are sandwiches?
Man, I never thought I'd say this, but is the fucking judge white? What the fuck is wrong with that guy? Holy shit. I've never heard anything like that in my life, man. That's like saying cereal is soup. What are you, got a fast case of the slows, dude? What the hell is going on, man? Holy smokes. Dude, listen. Who is this guy? We got to find this guy because this is a travesty.
Okay.
This is a travesty. What are you talking about? A taco is not a sandwich. It's a damn taco, bro. First of all, you ever have bread that was made out of fucking corn?
Mike, do you want to know something? Okay.
What?
Sandwich, definition, noun, an item of food consisting of 2 pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other fillings in between them, eaten as a light meal. Does that sound like a taco to you?
Let me ask you something. Yeah, listen, tortilla, it's like a tortilla chip folded in half, a hard taco, right? It's got a crunch to it. If you're eating a sandwich and it's got a crunch to it, then you got stale-ass bread, dude. You need to go to the store. Listen, right? Corn tortilla, I love them. Fucking corn tortillas. Wonderful, okay? That shit is not bread, dude. It's not bread.
And it's not even 2 shells with it in between. It's 1 piece folded in half.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
That's what I'm saying. Like if a
See,
taco is a sandwich, then a hot dog is a sandwich, right?
Hot dog's a sandwich. It's fucking
this guy.
Cereal soup.
Not only that.
Come on,
Mike. Not only is
wrong with
taco.
that guy?
We have a winner. Ian Olson wins that. It is Whaling City.
Yes,
good job,
Ian Olson. Ian Olson.
Yay, you win a fucking poster. Yeah.
Okay, here's the poster, man. This is what you just won. A signed holographic picture, which I believe is a sticker, and you can stick it on someone's car.
Yeah,
and they can drive around with it. You won that courtesy of the Extreme BKFC fans page. They don't think that a taco is a sandwich. I know that, and I didn't even ask them. So Man, holy smokes!
Hold
Yeah,
on,
you gotta
I'm bringing
that
up
guy
the
had an
judge's
extra
name.
fast case of the slows.
Yep. So the judge's name, Indiana judge rules tacos and burritos are Mexican style sandwiches, and the guy's name.
A Mexican style sandwich.
Yeah, what a fucking piece of shit this guy is. I'm trying to find his name because you know why? Judge Greg Bombay of the Allen County Superior Court. You, sir, are the student of the week.
Damn, he's a freaking huge stew nod, man.
Boom! Student of the week.
Everybody point and laugh at that guy.
Everybody
He doesn't
point,
understand the
point
difference
and laugh
between a sandwich and a taco.
Craig Bombay, you fucking piece of shit. Blocking.
He needs to be fired. That guy needs to be fired, man.
That guy should. Can you imagine walking into court when you're like going to court, Mike, for like a fight you got in, and you're facing like a third-degree assault charge.
That guy making decisions,
and you're like, dude, I could be facing 6 months to 2 years here. And you walk in and fucking Craig Dickhead Tacos or Sandwiches Bombay is sitting behind the fucking. They're like, all rise for the honorable Craig Bombay. You'd be like, honorable, you fucking douche.
Yeah, honorless, taco-less. Listen. Imagine going into Subway and saying, "Hey, can I have a taco?
Can I get a 6-inch steak and cheese taco?"
Yeah, they'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about, dude?" And you've never been to Taco Bell and asked for a sandwich, I promise.
Yeah. No. Taco Bell is obviously a sandwich shop.
God damn it.
Kidding me?
Man, you were telling me about this earlier, but you would give me no details. And not for 1 second did I think this shit would happen.
No.
It's the most ridiculous. And I never thought I would pull the race card, but I had to. It's
Howie said it right there in the comments.
I
the
can't
judges
believe
are
this
racist
coming from somebody.
Yep.
There's no way.
Because
Disrespectful, man.
Judge Bombay.
Remember that? Unforgivable with the waffle fries. Unforgivable, man.
So Martin Quintana, this guy Martin Quintana unveiled his plans to open his restaurant, the famous Taco Mexican Grill, in a strip mall in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And Martin Quintana ran into racist ass Craig Bombay,
Craig Bombay,
student of the week, who fucking thinks tacos are sandwiches. Fucking guy. And now fucking Martin Quintana is probably in some shitty location, fucking not thriving with his taco shop. Fuck that guy.
Where was this again? Tell me again.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Man, I hope we go to Indiana because I'm seeking out that place. We're going to see. Listen, everyone watching the show, hold us to this. When BKFC goes
to Indiana,
and if we're close enough, we're going to go to that place and we're going to get tacos and we're going to sit them down for a talk. It's going to be
we're going to talk to we're going to go to the famous Taco Mexican Grill owned by Martin Quintana, wherever the location that he finally settled in at. After Craig Bombay cock-blocked him from fucking selling taco sandwiches, we're going there, man. We're going to go there, and it's going to go to...
God, I found him. I found his stupid face, this guy. Wait till you see this guy's dumb face. You're going to be like, holy shit, that is the guy that did this. I can't wait. This is the face of a guy who would do the exact thing that we're talking about, because it is the guy who did it. That's the best part. I'm going to bring this up, and we've got about 5 seconds before you see this dumb face of this guy. I love it. Where the heck did I put this thing?
I love it.
Yeah.
And while he's doing that, I could
oh my God.
I could throw out a question.
This is the second. What was the other judge that we talked about? Something happened with another judge, and we were like, what the hell?
I don't remember.
Do you remember that? And I named him Student of the Week. Few months ago. It was actually during Christmas time because I was sitting in front of my Christmas background. I specifically remember.
You know, Ian makes a good point here. Indiana is not where I would think the best tacos are, but I will tell you that
someone who makes good tacos can move there.
Yeah, sure, for
right?
sure. And they're
because
definitely
there's not a lot of good tacos there.
Howie says a pizza is a frisbee.
A pizza could be a sandwich. A pizza could be a sandwich. Because a tostada is flat, so you're gonna have like that. Is a pizza a tostada?
Is a quesadilla a sandwich?
No. Here's his dope.
Oh my God, that guy's never eaten a taco in his life. Not even a woman. This guy's never had a taco in his entire life. Fucking this guy has disappointed me so bad. You taco-less motherfucker.
Yeah, this guy needs to be more cultured. He needs to get out and do some things. God.
Yeah, look at that sandwich on the bottom there. You see that sandwich on the bottom? It looks delicious.
Look at on the top though. Those you can consider sandwiches. I can't even believe this. All right, enough. Let's get off of this.
Let's get off it. All right. Oh my God.
Let's do the second Ryan Reber pitch. We have another one. We have a second Ryan Reber holographic stick, courtesy of Extreme BKFC fans page, and this one is also signed around the nipple. You see it?
Yeah, super easy. Here you go. Here's the question. All you got to do is be a fan of his. Who did Ryan Reber beat in his BKFC
Ian
debut
Olsen,
fight?
You cannot answer this question.
Ian Olsen, don't you answer. But anybody else eligible, just go ahead, drop the name of the guy he beat in his debut BKFC fight, and you'll get you that picture. Mike, another thing that happened over the weekend, there was a BKFC event on Saturday, but there was also a UFC event that went on. And hey, Jason, we got ourselves a winner right there. Micah Mitchell. Boom. There it is. That was quick. Quick draw McGraw over there.
Quick fingers.
Quick fingers. The most brutal fucking fight of the weekend did not come from the consensus most brutal fucking combat sport in the world.
Oh my God! Wait, you know what? I have a picture of this. I meant to fucking
yes.
send it in.
Good. I'm glad you do, because all the naysayers out there that are like, "Oh, I can't watch BKFC because it's too fucking brutal and it's blah 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 blah." But I'll watch MMA every single week and watch people kick each other in the face with a shin bone and fucking bust each other's face completely the fuck up. Did you see this weekend, Mike? And tell me your thoughts.
I didn't watch the fights, but I did see this after the fights, and the first thing I thought to myself was, holy shit, I need to screenshot this because of the same reason, because we follow BKFC. We understand the brutality of BKFC, bare knuckle fighting. We understand the brutality of kickboxing, MMA, and boxing. We get it. We do get it. But what we don't get is the same thing that happened to MMA when they were trying to come up, and everybody's like, this is human cockfighting, we're going to stop it. And all the states really holding out, New York till 2016, trying to stop this from happening. And now the same people, and this is what gets me the most aggravated, I think, are people in MMA trying to point the finger at bare knuckle fighting and be like, that's too brutal, that shouldn't be allowed, while they're fighting in MMA. It drives me fucking crazy, because it's like, you know what? You motherfuckers wouldn't have had a job. People fought for that shit, and other dummies, politicians, were trying to stop it from happening.
Craig
and
Bombay.
Now you're getting behind them and trying to fucking join that bandwagon of people saying it's too brutal. Meanwhile, someone can kick you in the friggin' face, dude. Come on.
The guy's name was Mateus Rebecki. Mateus Rebecki was his name, and he fought Diego Ferreira on Saturday at BKFC on ESPN number 56. You have
ESPN
the pictures?
56? Is that a channel?
It's ESPN on UFC on ESPN 56 was the event.
There's ESPN 2, it's ESPN 56. That's how far off they are. Yeah, I'm gonna have it in about 1 second. I just sent it to myself, so just give me 1 second here while I upload it, save it, all that good stuff.
It was fucking brutal, and for the ones that are against this sport, that'll watch boxing or MMA, fucking they need to see this. They gotta see it. And the Craig Bombays of the world that are voting against legalizing bare knuckle in their states should go fucking eat a taco and shut the fuck up. Right, Mike?
Yes, absolutely. It's uploading right now. I'm bringing it up right now. It's named Taco because I didn't change the name. Here it is. This guy, I got it from this page, The Last Emperor, so I figured I'd keep their name in there. Give them a little shout out. Look at this guy's face.
It's absolutely fucking insane. There's other pictures out there on the
I like how it
internet.
says his face will never be the same. I'm sure it'll go back to the way it was.
He looks like he was, and if you that picture of him in the hospital bed up in the corner in the circle there on the screen, if you zoom in on that, which I have on my phone right now, it looks like he's bleeding from both of his fucking eyeballs, like basically popped both of his fucking eyeballs, and both his eyes are swollen shut. Yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up for those who still don't want to come on board with bare knuckle fighting because it's too brutal. But you watch this, you're fucking stunad.
They'll watch that and say it's okay. This is
Yeah.
okay. This is fine with me.
No, you go to the same fucking sandwich shops as Craig Bombay, you fucking idiots.
Craig friggin' Bombay, the taco friggin' douche.
Do you remember when his cousin Gordon led the Minnesota fucking Pee Wee hockey team to the state championship?
No, I don't. Gordon
You don't?
Bombay? Yes, I do.
There it is, dude. Look at that shit. Yep. No, it's not as brutal as this sport, that's for sure.
Man, wild. You know, it's really here's the thing. When we talked to Dr. Don Musi, when he came on, right? He talked to us and he gave us a little analogy. And he said, have you ever seen somebody kick a football through a field goal post in a football game? And we're like, yeah, of course. And he's like, you've seen them do it from like 50 yards away. He's like, have you ever seen somebody punch a football through a field goal post from 50 yards away? No, because it wouldn't come anywhere near going in. Like, not even close. It probably would barely even make it over the fucking defensive line, dude. Come on. Give me a break.
That is a great...
Isn't that great?
That's a
Think
great
about that.
fucking analogy.
You can kick somebody in the fucking head, but you can't. Yeah, sure, not when they're on the ground, but when they're standing, you cannot punch a fucking football from 20 yards out. I dare you to put a football on the 20-yard line and try to
No, it's not going to go.
It's never going to even come close.
You might be able to get it like 10 yards.
It'll go whoop, right
but
down
it'll never go high enough to go.
Nope, I don't care if you're Francis Ngannou. You hit that fucking shit as hard as you can. It's not going through the uprights. Never happening, dude. So
fucking crazy. Well, hey, we had a fucking pretty goddamn good show tonight. We had some great guests. Cassie Robb,
freaking cool.
Ruben Arroyo. I hope you know what we do try to be as unbiased as possible, but I hope he gets a W because I want him around and I want him to do great things for him and himself and his kids. We got to really know Ruben over multiple different events, and we went out to dinner with him and his kid, and his kid's an awesome little guy. He's quiet, but he's respectful, and he trains, he hits the bag, and he's always like he always has his kid looking real clean. You know what I mean? Like his clothes are always super nice, especially at the events. He always was rocking like a gold chain or something like that. I like what Ruben's doing for sure. So thank you to Cassie. Thank you to Ruben. Ryan Reber, always a pleasure talking to that guy. He's got more energy than fucking anybody. It's amazing that he hasn't gotten more screen time for them. Like put a microphone in front of that guy and let him go, because I think he'd be a big draw. And then the Wolf came on, cleared the air, and let us know how he feels about certain people, and a lot to talk about there. But we have a big show tomorrow night as well. Mike and I are busy this week. Four people tonight. We got 4 people tomorrow. Dan Goday. How you say it? Goday?
I think so.
Dan Goday. He's a Jackson Wink fighter. We're gonna
Dan Goday, sir.
Good day, sir. We're gonna see him in the BKFC soon. We got him, and then we got a heavyweight that is signing with the BKFC, and he is a veteran, a longtime veteran in MMA.
Yep.
And the last time,
event in Valor.
Yeah, last time you all saw him, he fought in the main event in Valor and had a little fucking thing go down with him and Lorenzo Hunt. Yep. LeVar Johnson will be on the show tomorrow. Then we're going to have the one half of the main event from Omaha on Friday. This guy is nice enough to join us tomorrow night after he's done with the weigh-ins and he's rehydrated and all that. Dustin Paig's going to be on here taking on Trinidad Snake on Friday. So looking forward to talking to Dustin. And then BKFC fighter out of South Africa, Tommy Stridham, is going to be on. He's fighting this weekend as well. So we got 4 more fighters for you guys tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
And Mike and I will be pretty goddamn tired when that shit happens, I think.
Yeah. We'll knock it out of the friggin' park. I can tell you that right now.
But you know what? Best, I hope we see everybody there. I hope you guys have some taco sandwiches tomorrow for lunch. And we will see you tomorrow night. Mike, you got anything else for these fucking peoples?
I ain't got nothing else. Wait for tomorrow if you want to hear more from me.
All right.
Tune in. 9 p.m. Peace.
Peace.